Welcome back and happy holidays to those who observe Memorial Day. I'm Darren Wallace back with another health highlight presented by Sioux Falls Fit Body Boot Camp. Memorial Day is a day to honor the fallen, and in Sioux Falls, some folks like to remember the fallen through fitness. This Memorial Day, Fit Body Boot Camp will host its annual Murph Challenge, open to clients and willing participants alike to push themselves to do something they might not have thought they could do. Check it out.
The Murph is a workout where you start out with a 1 mile run, you then come back to the gym and you're gonna be challenged to get 100 of the pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then you finish off with a 1 more mile run. So the idea actually came from Lieutenant Michael Murphy, and that's actually why it got coined the Murph.
It's been my first time. I've been wanting to do it, I just haven't, and so finally I'm just like, I'm gonna do it, whether it's scary or intimidating. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it.
I've done it every year here, just to sort of, they threw it out as a challenge, so I thought, why not? We'll see how this goes. So this is gonna be my third or fourth Murph.
This started out as something that really some of my coaches and really just a smaller group at the gym wanted to do about 4, maybe 5 years ago. And we obviously have heard about this workout, and so we're like, hey, what if we get together and we'll just do it as a group? And the first time that we did it, it was about 10 or so people that did it together. And at that point, it wasn't really a thought of like, let's make this an annual tradition or let's make this something that we continue to do. But what I realized in that very first one that we ran was what can happen to an individual when they challenge themselves to push themselves this much further outside of their comfort zone than they normally do.
Called the Murph from Lieutenant Michael Murphy. And why we do this on Memorial Day is because we remember all those who have fallen, all those who have given their all.
It's definitely out of my comfort zone and I wanted to try. I mean, I do the workouts here, but this is like a lot. A lot of squats and push-ups and all at the same time. I don't really like running, but I've been running 3 times a week doing the mile. And that's going pretty well. It's getting better. I get a little faster.
I had some friends that are in the military, but no, it was more of just a challenge. They're like, hey, see if you can do this kind of thing. And I'm not a big runner. That's why coming here is great. I can get my cardio in without running. So I thought, well, let's see, can I run? You know, so it's like my one time a year where I actually pretend that I can run.
Our very first one, what happened was I went out, I ran my mile, I came in and we were all working out together, and then I went out and ran my second mile. When I got back to the gym after I was done, there was still some of the participants that were still trying to get after it and get it done. And there was one individual in particular that I remember who she was, you know, this event for her was a stretch. She didn't really know if she could do it, but she wanted to try it. And she was coming to like a breaking point where I could see her. She still had quite a few of her push-ups left, quite a few of her squats left, and then she knew she had to get this mile done, and she was already seeing a lot of us finish. At the time, like there was only 10 or 12 of us that did it, so she was feeling almost defeated. But what I realized at that moment was myself and then other participants that were already finished kind of gathering around her, and we started doing additional squats. We started doing additional push-ups with her. Just, hey, let's get 5 more. And we got down there and did it. We're like, all right, the chest is sore from doing the push-ups. Let's switch up. Let's get 10 more squats in. And we started helping her do it. And then we went out there, and the truth of it is, we even like walked that last mile. But I remember what we did on that last mile with her was we're like, all right, you see that light pole? Like, let's run to that light pole and then we'll walk. And that right there, seeing her light up when she finished that last mile and seeing the confidence that it built inside of her, that was almost like boom, when this kind of light bulb went off inside of me, and I was like, this is way too amazing of an opportunity to build belief in our clients to pass it up.
I mean, it's definitely, you feel like you've accomplished something when you get done with it. And that was it. Like, starting a gym, coming here, like I didn't know what to expect. My first few classes were tough, right? Then you get used to it. This is the one workout a year where it's like you can train for it, but until you actually do it, it's like the mile, the 100 pull-ups, the 200 push-ups, the 300 squats, then another mile. Like, you tell people this is what I'm doing on Memorial Day, they're like, that's crazy, how long does that take you? and you tell them, well, it's usually about 45 minutes. They're like, there's no way, right? Like that sounds like a half a day of work.
More that I just want to give it a shot. I do have some, veterans in my family, so that's kind of underlying a little bit. But yeah, more I just kind of want to challenge myself and see what I can do.
Last year was the first year that we opened up the Murph to anybody. Because we've seen now over the years what it can do for a person, we ended up opening this up to anybody that wants to come. This is a way to give back in a way like some gave all, so that we can live the life that we live. And the sum is Michael Murphy.
The Murph is certainly no slouch as far as challenges go. If you think you might want to give it a go, it's not too late to get involved. You can visit the Fit Body Facebook page for more info or head to their central location on Duluth Avenue before 9 a.m. on Memorial Day if you're interested. Now, unfortunately, this is the last health highlight for a little bit, but if you really want to know what's going on in the Sioux Falls fitness world, look no further than the Fit and Healthy Sioux Falls podcast hosted by CJ Wehrkamp. New episodes every other week, streaming on all platforms until July. Then afterwards, new episodes every single week. You surely won't want to miss the awesome content. Now, it's been a pleasure keeping you guys in the loop, and we'll be back better than ever, keeping you up to speed with health in a number of ways. Thank you for tuning in every other week to this health highlight, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe and make sure you keep your health your highlight.